Hello folks, my name is Jonathan Milam. I am just a guy that likes trumpets. And I'm here today with a marvelous vintage horn. Aren't they all marvelous? This is a 1955 King Silversonic. The only horn that I've ever sold and then regretted it so much that I went back and bought it again was a 1950 King Silvertone. Of course, these horns are famous for their sterling silver bells, solid sterling silver bells, and just great players. I'll start off playing, and I also have a 1962 King Liberty, which is similar, except it's going to be all in brass, same detail. These are medium bore horns. 0.448 is the bore in inches, 0.448. And of course, this one also has the sterling silver lead pipe and the thumb pull for additional intonation. You won't notice that on the other two. All right, I will begin and we will play a minor blues version of When the Saints Go Marching In. Now, today, on some horns I noticed that they will offer you a sterling silver lead pipe. Two benefits to this that they state. One is the sterling silver really is not going to yield you any rotted lead pipe problems, as sterling silver seems to avoid decay much better than simple brass. The other is, they say that these horns with the sterling silver lead pipe produce a slightly darker tone. King, when they were manufacturing these horns, and I think they started making their sterling silver bells in 27 or 28, if I recall correctly, they said that the tone was clearer. They didn't state whether they felt it was a darker or brighter, creamier or more cutting sound, whatever terminology you like. I've always felt that they played a little dark, but if you've seen Harry James and he played horns with the sterling silver bell, you wouldn't call it a dark sound. He was certainly a master of the trumpet. We'll just raise the key on this just a little bit and try and give you an idea of how the horn will carry when it needs to. In fact, we'll do an old rendition of When the Roll is Called Up Yonder with a lot of double tonguing. I don't think you would call that dark, would you? But it is a good sound, certainly a clear sound. And to be honest, I usually play in rooms. I like rooms that are 2 stories, so you get a lot of bounce, a very full live acoustic sound. And this home is, of course, just a 1-story, but it's almost void of furniture. So we still get a very live sound, to my way of thinking. Okay, again, this is a King Silversonic, known really for their gorgeous etching on the bell. And just one other factor that's very interesting, you've got a tuning slide here that actually will move 2 ways. You've got a little nut here that holds this part on. You can actually remove this center tuning part and it raises the key by half a step. Doesn't make a B flat trumpet play in C. I actually think it makes it go up to B, if I recall correctly. Okay, now the next horn I'm going to play is a Silvertone from 1950. And the primary difference that you see between these horns, the two differences really is the lead pipe is brass on this one, and there is no finger pull for the first slide. Otherwise, the bore size is the same. It's still a .448 and actually has the same engraving and the same detailing along the tuning slide, which is also in two pieces on this instrument. I do think with the brass lead pipe, there is some difference in tone. Not sure it'll convey completely with my recording piece here, but we'll see. We'll start off again with the lower tone of the Saints Go Marching In minor. Okay, and then we'll try a little double tonguing with this. Again, when the roll is called up yonder. Okay. Now lastly, the horn that surprises me the most is a very simple King Liberty, all in brass, not the Silvertone or the Silversonic, just a simple little horn in brass. This is the horn that could. I actually found this horn listed as a beginner horn, and I saw the deco work here, and I thought, boy, that looks so much like my Silvertone. It was before I got the Silversonic. Of course, this does not have any intonation aid on the first. The amazing thing, though, the valves on this thing are just fantastic. Very short stroke, very bouncy. And these, as a 448 bore, are easy to fill, really. I prefer the medium and the medium small bore horns. I think they're easier to fill. You can work with your tone. It's not such a drain to play them. And I think you can just, to my way of thinking, I can do so much more with it. But I'm not a big guy, and I really don't play with as much wind as I probably should. I hope no one sees me as a lazy player, although I'm afraid that could be said. But I think this little trumpet just really puts out a marvelous tone. All brass, except for the inner slides on the valves, but the main body of the horn. And we'll start off again with When the Saints in a minor. double tonguing on this one, a little higher register. Okay, and incidentally, I am playing this with a Purviance, Reeves made Purviance 9A, and it's a cup similar to the Reeves C cup, maybe just a little less deep, but it has a larger throat opening, and this is what that looks like, if you can see there. I believe it is about somewhere between a 26, 27-inch throat at its smallest. Okay, I wanted to play this one more time, then I wanted to pick up the Silversonic so you'd have an idea of how the all brass plays with the silver lead pipe and bell. Great little horn here. And then this is the Silversonic from 55. Again, the look of love. Such a pretty song, such nice horns. And we'll try and at least give you a high C with this. All right, again, this is a lovely King Silversonic from 1955. King was making a great horn. Zig Canstel, I suppose, is probably one of the better known brass men in the last 50 years or so. And I read years ago that he was referring to the King Liberty trumpet. And he said that was the best horn made in the early to mid 1900s. And I'd have to say, very impressive instruments, really well made, some very fine features. When you get the sterling silver bell, of course, the nice gold wash here. It really is a treat to have something like this. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you've got any comments, feel free. I actually wrote a book, published it on Kindle, at Kindle a few weeks ago. We finished it up. It's about a guy that plays the trumpet and talks about some of his playing. I think he likes a Concoprion. Cons 12B from 39, if I recall correctly. I've got the first chapter a couple of videos back. I read that. If you want to order the book, I think it's only $4.99. If you like the Kindle edition, $4.95. But we like those vintage trumpets, don't we? If you enjoy the video, please hit the thumbs up sign that you like it. If you don't like it, quickly go to something else. Don't hit anything. If you'd like to Follow me. I think that's readily available. Comments. Might be some out there that have played the Silversonic a whole lot longer than I have. Really enjoy the feedback and the ideas that people pitch in. It's wonderful to be able to pass knowledge from one to another. Thanks for tuning in as always. Do have a great day, and especially in these troubled times with international illness, farewell.